Very pleased with the comeback effort. Showed a lot of character by our guys. Obviously, it was a couple key turning points to the game for us. One of them started with the pass from Cal, headman and the puck on a change. And then the shift by our fourth line gave us some life right before we scored the first goal. So a lot of credit, to the guys for showing a lot of character in a tough situation.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, we'll open the floor to questions for the players. Anders Bjork with 2 goals here tonight, and Cal Petersen, the winning goaltender, who also had an assist. Right here in the front row.
Rachel Blount, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. For either one of the players, after Jeff called that timeout in the second period, that seemed to really settle you guys down. You were being outplayed pretty much before that point, and then that led to the 2 goals. What was discussed in the timeout, and how did you guys pull it together after that?
I think it was mostly just kind of, getting a breather. We talked before the game that, as we saw from the games yesterday, the game's not over until the full 60 and even past that. And there was a couple 2-goal leads that were lost, so we knew that we were still in that game. We obviously knew after that timeout that, the game was on the line. That next goal was huge for momentum, but, a lot of credit just goes to all the guys and the coaches for keeping calm and realizing that, even though the score was against us, we were still in that game, and, I think we proved it after we came out after that.
Chad Graff, St. Paul Pioneer Press. Cal, what did you see when you came out and were able to make that outlet pass to set up the first goal?
When it was dumped in, I saw that, their team was going for a change, and usually if the first forechecker changes, I usually have a chance to throw an outlet pass, and, I saw Andrew Ogilvie up there was open, and, it wasn't a bouncing puck or anything, so I took a chance. Wasn't really thinking it was going to lead to a 2-on-1 or anything, but, luckily it turned out, and, a lot of credit obviously goes to him for scoring a beautiful goal.
Josh Stephen, College Hockey News. This is for Anders. How big was that second goal, just under a minute after the first goal, to, kind of get you guys going? Do you think that was really, the first goal was a turning point, but maybe that was where you guys figured out maybe that was the confidence booster?
Yeah, a little bit. We definitely got some momentum after the first goal, and some more life on the bench. But I think it just showed how guys were stepping up there, and Cam Morrison and Jake Evans made great plays, and I was just happened to be in the right place at the right time. So I definitely think that helped our team get a little more life and realize that if we play our game, we can beat anybody.
This is Rich Thompson, Boston Herald. Anders, could you just talk about getting another crack at Lowell in this hockey season that will never end?
Yeah, we definitely are grateful for another opportunity at Lowell here from the hockey sermon and everything. But they're a great team, and they play hard. So I think we're excited to match their intensity and keep going and keep that same energy we had tonight.
Any more questions for the players? Got one more here, second row.
Again for Anders, game tying, game winning goal. What does it feel like tonight to have such a big impact on this game?
Yeah, obviously it feels pretty good scoring goals, but I was kind of both times in the right place at the right time, and just puck happened to bounce to me and stuff. So both times it was great plays by, I think Jake Evans had 2 really good assists, keeping the puck alive and battling, and that's what helped us win this game, was those little battles, and that's how it is in these games in the tournament. It's there's so much skill, and you just got to do the little dirty things, and that's what our whole team did tonight, and definitely paid off and worked out for us.
Okay, thank you, guys. We'll let you go back to your locker room.
Thanks.
Yep, you guys can head out. Yep. And we'll turn the mics over for questions for the head coach, Jeff Jackson.
Thank you, guys. Good job.
Jeff Jim Conley from U.S. College Hockey Online. It might seem like just a individual play when you isolate it, but when you think about your captain making a play that kind of turns around the game with that pass up ice like Cal did, can you just maybe vocalize how important that is?
Well, it's not usually his passing that makes the impact on the game, but, I mean, he's a leader for us, and I think our guys rally around him, because we do rely on him at times, and, he's the rock back there, and, he's putting everything into winning, and, we practice the change breakout with pucks to him every Friday for pregame skate, but we didn't skate this morning, so he must have just remembered, but it was a great play by him and finished off by Andrew.
Josh Stewart, College Hockey News. Talk about that PK right before your game-winning goal. I think Jake Evans had like 3 key plays, like a stick lift, a block, and carried the puck well. How big was that PK for you guys?
Well, I mean, there was a couple of them after that too, but Minnesota's power play is devastating. I mean, our guys have done a pretty good job killing all year. We got burned on the back door in the first goal, but I thought they recovered. And Jake's been a stalwart on the PK, all year, and he does a good job with his defensive stick skills and also his face-off ability. But there was other guys. I thought Jack Jenkins had a really good game in that regard. Andrew Ogilvie, Anders, and Dawson Cook. I thought our PK unit, for the most part, against a very, very good power play, did a real good job.
Other questions for the coach? They're behind you there.
Dave Hendrickson, USCHO. You've talked about how Lowell has had your number in the past. What are you going to have to do differently against them this time versus a couple weeks ago?
Well, first of all, we need to show up. Our team came to life in the middle of the second period and looked more like our team from that point on. And, I think that, last week was an anomaly to me because that wasn't the team I've seen over the last 8 weeks. And I think they were mesmerized by the moment, never having played in a big venue like that before. These guys are primarily juniors and younger, this team. So, that was kind of in my deer in headlights moment for us. And hopefully having gone through that helps us as we move into the next game. It's more about us right now than Lowell's certainly the best team we've probably played this year, in my opinion. So, it's going to be a big challenge, but, I'm glad we at least got our game back in the latter stages of this game.
Any last questions for Coach here? Okay, second row.
Yeah, I mean, is it something you expect to see Anders, score the game-tying and game-winning goals? I mean, just skilled players just get themselves in the right position, huh?
Yeah, that's their gift. They have the great instincts and great puck skills, and he's done that for us all season long. He's had a tough second half. He's been kind of isolated. A lot of people are putting heavy hits on him and trying to take him out of the game. And, he's fought through that and still been able to contribute in a number of different ways. It isn't just about his scoring ability. It's, he kills penalties. He plays on one of our top lines. And, it was, you don't win without your best players playing at their best at the most important moments of the year. So, our goaltender and Anders, and, I thought Ogilvie and Evans, all those guys contributed in big ways tonight.